If you think winning over a woman through text is difficult, you're probably saying the wrong things. The truth is, there are messages that trigger emotional responses, making her want to talk to you and even chase after you. In today's video, I'm going to teach you 7 tested and proven messages that will make any woman think about you all day long. But pay attention, the third message has a secret that very few men know. Text number 1. The curiosity trigger. Have you ever noticed that some messages make a woman reply almost instantly, while others are completely ignored? That's because certain words activate emotional triggers in her brain, and one of the most powerful ones is curiosity. When you send an intriguing message without revealing everything right away, her mind starts working on its own. She'll try to figure out what you meant, imagining possibilities, and before she even realizes it, she's already thinking about you. Now, imagine you just send a simple, "Hey, how are you?" If this woman receives dozens of those messages daily, what are the chances you'll stand out? She might reply out of politeness, but she's unlikely to feel anything special. Now, replace that with, "You won't believe what happened today." Boom! Her mind automatically kicks into action, trying to figure out what could have happened. You create a mental gap that can only be filled if she keeps the conversation going. The key here is not to reveal everything at once. If she responds with curiosity, hold back a little. "It's a great story, but I need to take care of something now. Remind me to tell you later." This keeps her interest alive and makes her look forward to the next interaction. Creating. This anticipation puts you in her mind in a way that most men can't. But be careful. This doesn't mean making up stories or lying. The secret is always to talk about something real and interesting. It could be something funny that happened in your day, a curious detail about one of your hobbies, or even a reference to something you've talked about before. The important thing is that she wants to keep talking to you. Have you ever tried something like this? How did she react? Let me know in the comments. Text number 2. The indirect invite, one of the most subtle yet effective ways to make a woman want to spend time with you is by planting the idea in her head without directly inviting her. This is a simple psychological trick. When someone feels like an idea was their own, their emotional investment is much stronger. Here's the key. Instead of saying something direct like, "Do you want to go out with me on Saturday?" which might make her feel pressured or overthink her answer, try planting the seed in a more subtle way. For example, ask, "What are you doing this weekend?" It seems like an innocent question, but it has a clear purpose. If she's interested, she might give you an open-ended response like, "I don't know yet," or "Nothing special." This is a disguised invitation for you to suggest something. However, if she's not interested, she'll probably shut down the conversation with something closed, like, "I'm going out with friends," or "I have plans." If she shows openness, you can steer the conversation. "I just found this really cool place, and I think you'd love it." This keeps the mystery alive, sparks curiosity, and leaves space for her to show interest. If she responds positively, that's when you make the direct invite. And here's a bonus tip. Even if she doesn't ask about your plans, casually mention something interesting you'll be doing. This activates the scarcity trigger. She realizes your attention isn't guaranteed, making her want to be more present in your life. Text number 3, the compliment that creates connection. Most men make big mistakes when complimenting a woman. Phrases like, "You're beautiful," or "Your eyes are amazing" might be well-intentioned, but the problem is, she's heard them countless times before. The real secret is a compliment that makes her feel unique, something that shows you genuinely noticed her. Instead of focusing only on looks, direct your compliment toward a detail that reveals something about her personality. For example, "I love the way you explain things. You can tell you really care about what you are saying." This kind of compliment touches her on a deeper emotional level because it shows that you value who she is, not just how she looks. Another essential tip is how you deliver the compliment. It has much more impact when it comes up naturally in conversation, rather than sounding rehearsed. Your tone should be calm and confident, and a small pause after the sentence helps reinforce sincerity, giving her a moment to absorb the weight of what you just said. And here's the real game changer. A well-placed compliment makes her associate that positive feeling with your presence. And the best part? Unlike physical beauty, which can be compared to other women, the way you make her feel is unique, and no one else can replace that. Text number 4. The message that sparks her imagination. Want to instantly spark a woman's interest? Then forget obvious and predictable messages like, "Hey, how's it going?" or "What are you up to?" The key here is to activate her imagination and transport her into a scenario that connects you both in an engaging way. A simple yet powerful example would be, if we were in an amazing place right now, having drinks and laughing, where do you think it would be? This approach has a double effect. First, it makes her visualize a pleasurable moment, and who's in that scene with her? You. Second, it gives her the chance to actively participate in the conversation, sharing something personal and getting emotionally involved. The secret isn't just in the content of the message, but in the fact that you're guiding her thoughts toward a context where the two of you are sharing something special. This puts you in a completely different category from any other guy who just sends generic texts. And to make this interaction even more engaging, avoid pressuring her for a specific response. If she plays along and describes a place, keep building on the conversation, adding small details to make the atmosphere even more interesting. That's how you create a genuine connection, one that stirs emotions and makes her want to keep talking to you. Text number 5. The message that sparks. Emotions. Woman might forget the exact words you said, but she'll never forget how you made her feel. That's why some messages leave a lasting impression and make her think about you, while others are simply ignored. The secret lies in triggering genuine emotions and creating a connection that goes beyond the obvious. One effective way to do this is by mentioning something that brings out a positive and unexpected feeling. For example, "I thought of you today. I saw something and immediately knew you'd find it funny." With this message, you activate two powerful triggers: nostalgia and the feeling of importance. She'll feel special knowing she crossed your mind for no apparent reason, and that creates a strong emotional impact. On top of that, this approach naturally sparks her curiosity. Instead of forcing a random conversation, you give her a real reason to want to know more. She'll start wondering, what did he see? Why did it make him think of me? And just like that, you're already in her head. The real secret here isn't just what you say, but when and how you say it. When used in the right context, this message can keep you in her thoughts for hours, or even days. Text number 6. The message that creates a challenge. People are naturally drawn to things that seem just a bit challenging. In the game of attraction, the feeling that someone needs to earn your attention creates a powerful psychological effect. When a woman senses that she has to put in some effort to keep you interested, her desire for you automatically increases. A simple and effective way to do this is by sending something like, "I haven't decided yet if I like your sense of humor or your outlook on life more." This sentence plays with her curiosity because it adds a little mystery and puts her in a position where she wants to prove her worth. She'll feel the need to keep the conversation going to understand more about how you see her. Balance is key here. The goal isn't to come off as arrogant or uninterested, but to show that you have high standards and aren't easily impressed. This makes you seem like a confident guy, and confidence is always attractive. If she plays along and tries to find out which quality you prefer, keep the game going subtly. Something like, "I'm still figuring it out, but you have potential." This keeps the conversation light, playful, and creates an engaging energy that makes her want to interact with you even more. Text number 7. The message that builds anticipation. Anticipation is one of the most powerful triggers for holding a woman's attention. When you hint at something interesting about the future, her mind starts working on its own, creating curiosity and expectation before anything even happens. This effect makes her mentally invested in you without even realizing it. A great example of a message using this principle is, "I have something to tell you, but I'll only say it later." This phrase creates instant mystery, activating her natural instinct to complete the missing piece of the puzzle. The more intriguing your suggestion, the stronger her desire will be to keep the conversation going just to find out what it is. The key is in how you guide the interaction from there. When she asks what it is, resist the urge to answer immediately. Instead, say something like, "I'll tell you, but only when we talk later." This game of expectation keeps her interest high and makes her look forward to your next interaction. This technique works because it activates a psychological mechanism called pleasant tension. Her mind stays focused on the idea of what might be revealed, keeping you in her thoughts for much longer than a regular conversation would. Now, if you want to keep learning how to master the art of attraction and create real connections with women, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And there's already another video on the screen that will help you even more.